Oh, you thought I was done talking about this? Well, I ain't done talking about it. Well, here we are, episode 28 of the Let's Talk Live podcast, or LTL podcast. I think we're going to start abbreviating it. I love the LTL, but you guys all know what it stands for. It is July 12th, 2023, and I want to welcome everybody back in to the live show. If you are watching this on a replay, go down there in the comments and put hashtag replay. Make sure to give it a thumbs up as we go. I will take all those thumbs up. We need to get this. This is a very extremely important stream this evening, because I will tell you, I'm a little surprised. I came home and I went to YouTube and I put in the YouTube search, Zavgirl. I wanted to see what true crimers were talking about this. I wanted to see what true crimers were out there making content and shaming the actions of Zavgirl. I don't see anybody talking about it. I haven't seen anything. I'm surprised. So I will be the mouthpiece. I will be the one for the true crime community this evening to speak up. I'm completely disgusted, and I'm going to do this evening. I'm not going to say the name of the 11-year-old boy. I'm not going to say the name tonight, but you all know who it is. You all know what happened. But to give everybody some context, what I'm going to do is bring up this article from News Nation. And let me read through this for you if everybody's just kind of jumping in saying, what is going on? What is going on in here? So let's look at this article from News Nation. News Nation. YouTuber charges people to see autopsy photos of 11-year-old boy. People charge $3 to view photos of a boy killed by stepmom. YouTuber faces backlash. Different people feel differently about this. And Brian Enton had an amazing segment last night on News Nation for about 20 minutes when he spoke to the prosecutor in this case and condemned the actions of Zavgirl. I am this evening speaking out about this. I will be the mouthpiece, and I am encouraging all true crimers to make a video about this, because this does not represent this community. We are better than this. The thing that it cracks me up, let me go full screen here for a second. The thing that cracks me up about this is that everybody over the last couple of weeks, the last couple of months, and you all know who you are all fighting amongst all your own channels. But you won't make a video, or you won't come out and condemn something like this. Spend a little bit more time on issues like this, because it's all making us look bad. And I know some of you out there are righteous. I know some of you out there do the good, the good by these victims, the families and communities. But this is an opportunity now to speak up and put this to rest. She needs to be canceled. She needs to be taken off YouTube. This is unexcusable behavior. And I talked about it last night, and shame on the people that paid the $3 to even look at these photos. You looked at photos of a naked, murdered little boy. That's disgusting. You're an animal. You're an absolute animal. So let me pull back up this article so everybody knows what I'm talking about if you're just getting in here and getting in on this case. So Brian Entin had an amazing segment on News Nation last night. I'm going to play that segment via Duty Ron because that is the only person that I knew that I could grab it from. So I will play his segment last night. I have not even had time to fully look through it. And excuse me, I've been kind of out of the loop. I worked all day. I've been working for 12 hours. But if there have been YouTubers out there that have condemned this behavior, good on you. Good on you. I'm glad that you've came to the table. I'm glad that you've made a video about this. And I urge all the other creators in the true crime community, you need to make a video now. You need to condemn this behavior. It cannot happen again. This can never, ever, ever, ever happen again in the true crime community because we get enough shit as it is. And believe me, I read Reddit. I've been there. I've read Twitter. They hate us. But there are good people out there that want to do good and find justice in these cases. This person doesn't. And now she's been exposed to even think that where's your moral compass on this? All right, News Nation. In a move some called outright disgusting, a YouTuber obtained gruesome autopsy photos of a murdered 11-year-old boy and then charged money for people to view them. Not even just murdered, naked 11-year-old boy. This is disgusting. She was making money off that little boy's autopsy photos. New Nation's senior national correspondent, Brian Entin, which I fully respect, that has brought this to light. Autopsy photos of severely beaten and dead little boy. Really? They just have no place on the internet. Entin reports the YouTuber going by the name Zavgirl sent in a Freedom of Information Act request from the autopsy photos of the little boy, and I'm not going to say it to protect the name. I'm not going to say, you know who it is, was fatally stabbed and shot by his stepmother in 2020. Once the pictures were released, the person running the Zavgirl account, Entin says she charged her followers $3 on Patreon to view them. As today, we need to stand up and make some type of law, and I'm just going to say the name once today. We need a Gannon's law. We need to protect information like this. It should not be let out of children, of dead children, for these animals to expose it on the internet and get these families worked up. They haven't even fully grieved through this process. They're probably still grieving. And you've gone and done this and lifted these scars back, cut these scars back open of these family members that have to relive this now all over again, because the minute this information or these photos are on the internet, that's it. They're there forever. They're never going away. And you've robbed that family of its grievance, of to grieve in silence, to grieve in a way that they have to. And you've now opened those wounds again. And this is another thing that this family is going to have to go through. They didn't ask for this little boy to be murdered. For this YouTuber to go all that trouble to request them, to pay money and get them from a government and not only post them, but then charge people to see them. I mean, it's just sick, Entin said. After receiving backlash, a YouTuber posted a statement about the controversy, but it was later then deleted. In the part she posted, the reality of the situation is that different people feel differently about this. Some people generally think making a video, including an autopsy photos, is bad, and I respect their opinions and feelings. Other people, like myself, think an autopsy photo and a coroner discussion explaining them is interesting and informative, and are able to view it all in more be able to view it in a more scientific, detached way. You're detached from this victim. You're an animal. You could have used a chart. You could have used an autopsy chart and drew out where the injuries were if you wanted to use that in your presentation. I got 66 people in here. We need to get this stream tonight up to 100 likes. We need to push this out past the algorithm. We need to get people informed. I mean, this is serious. This is a serious stream. This is a very serious stream. So Enton went on to tweet, why would any YouTuber think it's appropriate to post autopsy photos of a brutally murdered 11-year-old boy and then charge money for people to see those photos? Imagine how little, I'm not going to say the name, that family feels. A prosecutor joins me live on News Nation at 9 p.m. So what I did was I saw that tweet come out by Enton, and I had a conversation with him. I tweeted back. Unfortunately, Zavgirl's actions are going to cast more negative light on the true crime community. We get enough shit already. Enton tweeted back at me and said, not my intention. I love the true crime community mostly. Most people are respectful and victim focused. Even some don't like me. Still do a pretty good job. I tweeted back at him and said, I respect you as a journalist. You cover cases with respect and dignity. Your Idaho coverage is solid. What was done by Zavgirl is uncalled for and just shows the lack of moral judgment. And then Rhea M. and, this Natasha Cooper as well, too. I've heard that she was somewhat in on this as well, too. It's got 400,000 views on that tweet. And, if Brian's watching tonight, I appreciate you tweeting back at me. That was really cool. So it goes on to say, while Enton knows there are many responsible true crime YouTubers, he thinks it boils down to a bad apple who crossed the line to exploit a grieving family. It's sick and deranged, and you should own up to it, Enton. Enton, who has covered criminal cases extensively, said, whoever you are, wherever you live, maybe get out from behind your screen and go to a local courthouse and actually sit through a murder trial and see what it's like for families in the real. I've been through it. I've lived through it. My best friend was murdered in 1994. I have been through it. It's something that I wouldn't wish upon anybody to deal with that. And if you all know my story, my friend didn't get justice. The two people walked because the prosecution dropped the ball. But I don't hold any grudges. I respect law enforcement. I respect the justice system. There are certain things that can be corrected. Absolutely. Can we work on those things? Sure we can. Can we fix things? Yes. But I strongly believe in our justice system. While appearing on Dan Abrams Live on Tuesday evening, Michael Allen, a lead prosecutor on the Stotch case, said that office reached out to the child's family about the photos, but there was not much they can do completely take down the photos once they've been shared on the internet. This is forever. They're going to be there forever. It's just completely disrespectful to family members that had to live through this horror. But even more so, Gannon deserves so much more in life from his stepmother, and he certainly deserves dignity with respect in death, Allen said. There's nothing about what this YouTuber is doing, and I think there's another one out there as well. This provides any dignity and respect to G. Allen thinks the reasoning behind releasing the photos rings hollow and thinks that there is ways to scientifically show what happened. They could have used body diagrams, and I said that as well in the beginning of the stream, that the autopsy also included, instead of putting the actual pictures of Gannon, just completely broken body that reflects the depravity and horror that he had to live through, Allen said. He continued, it just speaks the lowest of human forms, in my opinion. I absolutely agree, and I stand by that statement. You speak to the lowest human forms. Prosecutor said, Letitia, I don't even want to really read this. It's too much. You all know what happened in the case. I don't want to relive it. I don't want to relive this and read that. But let's go over to see what Duty Ron had to say to this last night. He did capture the Enton segment. That's what I do want to play here. I think it's important for you all to see this. And then what we're going to do here in a little bit is I'm going to open up the phone lines. I want you all to call in this evening and voice your opinion on this. We need to get this out there. We need to let people know that shit like this needs to stop. It needs to stop. And YouTube should be throwing her off the platform. Actually, you know what I'm going to do first before I play that? I want to pull up Zav Girl's response. If you haven't seen it, it's up on her community page. So this was 2 days ago. Hey guys, I want to address what's going on right now with the autopsy coroner video I created. Unfortunately, it seems to be something where people are very divided on how they feel about it, and I'm hearing a lot from both sides. The reality of the situation is that different people feel differently about this. Some people generally think making a video including autopsy photos. Oh, am I sharing the wrong screen? Yeah, I'm sharing the wrong screen. Sorry. Yep, I totally was sharing the wrong screen. Sorry. I'm too worked up. Where is this? Am I sharing the right screen? All right, I got the right screen now. I know what I did. It's just this is too magnified. Sorry. All right, so let me just bring this. I'm going to magnify this up a little bit so we can read it. All right. Can we read that? Perfect. All right. Looks pretty good there. Okay. So the reality situation, different people feel different about this. Some people generally think making a video including autopsy is bad, and I respect their opinion and feelings. Other people, like myself, think that autopsy photos and coroner discussing, explaining them in interesting and informative way to be able to view it in a more scientific, detached way. It's just one of those things that we're dependent on the person. I'm not adamantly against taking down the video if people are truly unhappy with it, and I will absolutely consider doing that. Just fucking take it down. Where's your apology? You've had 2 days to come out and apologize, and you haven't said nothing. Haven't said anything. But right now, it seems that there is a lot of other people who are acting in bad faith, creating lies for the fun of excitement in order to pit others against me. Create lies? What are you talking about? If you heard the latest rumor that I've been distributing photos of G's, we know that word there. I'm not going to say that. I assure you I have not. And so it's a bit difficult to sort through what's what. When there were other creators who have the same autopsy photos right up on YouTube for public viewing on their channel, where anyone can stumble across them, and they're not being attacked as I am right now, it becomes obvious that some of this hate I'm receiving is not genuine, is being done for other reasons. This chick is completely spun. YouTube drama gets clicks, and that's exactly what you did. You created YouTube drama. I understand some of you have issues with me charging money on my Patreon for the video. If I was charging money for the full autopsy files alone, something like that, I think I'd see your point. But in this case, I spent a lot of time and worked putting together a video, lining up the coroner's audio and descriptions along with the appropriate part of the photos she is describing and editing together for making the informative as possible for the viewer. Oh, boo-hoo-hoo. You put in all that work. Oh, boo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Boo-hoo-hoo. Oh, I put this work in. Oh. That's what I'm charging for, which I would hope you can agree is understandable. You are a disgusting human being. Anyway, thank you to those who have reached out to me and take your take on it in a respectful way, who understand simply a bit of gray area as to what is socially acceptable and what isn't. Like I said, I'm not against removing the video. Then why do you keep saying it multiple times? Just remove the video. Well, it had been already taken down anyway. I think she's banned off Patreon. And I care what you think, but it's hard to make sense of it all when I'm getting some very serious unhinged threats being made against myself and my loved ones, and those threats coming from those who claim I'm doing something morally objectionable. You're doing morally objectionable things. I'm just calling you out and saying you're a toilet bug. For those of you who are willing to discuss the rationale and want to communicate your thoughts, please comment on this post, as might as well see it anywhere. After I deal with these threats, I think that she's making complete bullshit up about that too, about threats. I don't see it. I'll come back and read everything here so I can get an idea of the best way to proceed. Basically, there's no best way to proceed. You've had 2 days to think about this. You can come in and do an apology video now. Okay? You're probably going to be canceled forever, but you could come out. You could have came out by now and done an apology video. You've had 2 days to think about it. 2 full days to think about this. So it's going to go on to say, thanks, guys, Zav. And 509 thumbs up on that. 509 people agree with this. 509 people. And it's getting bad. The comments are getting pretty bad here. Let me see if I can. Let's see. I don't know if you all can see the screen here. I'm going to bring it up a little bit more. And then we'll get to the Enton video. And then I'm going to open up the phone lines and let you all talk. So let's see here. You can probably read that there. One of my children died in 2005. So I'm responding as a parent. What you did to Gannon's autopsy photos is appalling. Simply appalling. Did you ever think about how the parents would feel? Are you devoid of empathy? Gannon's murder was lack of empathy. If you're so desperate for money, I suggest a GoFundMe. Here's the thing. It isn't about what we think. Gannon's family has been through hell that most of us will never comprehend. This case was closed already, and his family have finally started trying to heal from those wounds. All this did was reopen those wounds for absolutely no reason other than greed. For all you're defending this, because your thirst for morbid curiosity wasn't quenched, or your quest for scientific knowledge was hampered, too bad. Here's some science for you all, Zav. The world doesn't revolve around you, thankfully. Ask yourself how you would feel if it was a child, brother, grandson, or nephew that had been heinous crime done to a poor innocent child. Ask yourself if you would be okay with someone making money off your loved ones. It's morally wrong. You want to be paid for your work you did by making a disturbing video that brutally murdered a little boy. Gannon paid for the ultimate price. Karma is real and there's no expiration. Let's put this most basic of terms. If you suffer a wound and you get distressed and wait for it to heal, you always have a scar, and remember, but it will heal. What you have done by disclosing the information have removed those dressings before a healing process was completed. You've reopened the wound, and the healing must start anew, and the scar may be defined than would have been previous. Your open letter has done nothing to ease the pain you have inflicted. In truth, spinning this reflecting yourself as a victim only serves that you look more like a fool. This is entirely travesty that could be prevented by you alone. How sad it is to see that there are creators like you, BHB, Natasha, and Laura, who see nothing wrong with what you've done. May you all find peace in the sense of humanity within yourself one day. And there's just lots of comments like this up here. You're no victim here. What you've done is unfathomable. You should just be ashamed of yourself. A lot of people calling her out. Hope every single one of you Patreon members leave one by one for what you've done. Stop making excuses or try to justify this is horrific. Yeah, so there's a lot of people just kind of beating her up right now, and well-deserved in those comments as well, too. So let's do this. Let's I can't even believe that there's 14% of the people in this chat, 14% of the people in this chat that think that she shouldn't be canceled. I mean, we live in a world, man. All right, let's pull this up from Duty Ron. He's going to play the Brian Enton segment from last night on News Nation. Duty Ron, I hope you don't mind. I don't think you would mind because of the particular nature of this case, or not case, but what's actually just going on. So let's play this from Duty Ron. He's going to play the Brian Enton segment from last night. Let's play this, and then I'm going to open up the phone lines.
We had
I'm
Need
going
to
to
hear
break
your
to
voices.
Brian Enton. He's live right now talking about this very case. So I want to just take a listen to what he has to say. He's going to have the prosecutor on with him tonight. So sorry to cut you off, Ed.
People hurt victims' families, especially people with big platforms, to make money. It just really, really gets me. You may remember the story of Gannon Stoke, the Colorado 11-year-old was stabbed 18 times by his stepmother. He was hit in the head. He was shot. And then he was stuffed in a suitcase and left under a bridge in Florida. It was an awful, awful story. You see that little face there. Well, his stepmother, Letitia Stock, was convicted in May of killing the little boy. The judge said it was the most horrific case that he had ever seen in his entire career. Little Gannon's bedroom, just to give you an idea how bad this was, had blood all over the walls, a blood-soaked mattress. The carpet was soaked. Even the concrete under the bed was bloodstained. So to say that this was a brutal killing would really just be an understatement. The trial got a lot of coverage, especially from true crime YouTubers. And I got to say, I know a lot of the podcasters out there. Most of them are really, really responsible. They're good people. I'm friends with a bunch. I was just texting with a buddy a little while ago, a YouTuber. They're ethical. They're victim focused. But you know how it is. There are always bad apples in the group. Really, really bad apples who cross the line and exploit families, grieving families, to make money. I never even heard of this one YouTuber there, Zav Girl, until a bunch of you started messaging me last night. She calls her YouTube page a true crime channel and writes in the description, I feel it's really important to give victims a...
Terry, please tell me you're not supporting this. 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 I hope you're not. I hope that's not what you mean. Because it's just, please tell me you're not supporting this. We got a new member here in the chat. Let's recognize Mindy has become part of the family. She's a rookie detective. Thank you so much. Let's give her a round of applause. Thank you so much for supporting us. I want to hear what Detective John has to say about this. And if Tanya's in the, oh, okay, I got you. All right. I was like, Terry, please. I know you, Terry. I'm like, come on, please tell me you're not supporting this. I got to hear what John says about this in a little bit. Maybe we'll get him on the show. Let's play through this so we can hear what Brian said. I'm going to just back it up a little bit. Let's play this.
Especially from true crime YouTubers. And I got to say, I know a lot of the podcasters out there. Most of them are really, really responsible. They're good people. I'm friends with a bunch. I was just texting with a buddy a little while ago, a YouTuber. They're ethical. They're victim focused. But you know how it is. There are always bad apples in the group. Really, really bad apples who cross the line and exploit families, grieving families, to make money. I never even heard of this one YouTuber there, Zav Girl, until a bunch of you started.
No, and that's why, just let me pause this. And I know people get pissed about this, but I need to pause this because I want to speak on what Brian just said. You know, there are some good people on this platform that want to do things the right way, that don't make up conspiracy theories, that don't shame people that are involved in these cases, that don't exploit these families through the grieving process. That's why when I knew that I was going to come on this platform and turn my channel into a true crime channel and talk about these cases, I had to do what was right inside myself, to use my moral compass and judgment on the things that we talk about on this panel. Because this is forever. These families will never forget what we talk about. And believe me, they watch. I've gotten emails. The G's watch our channel. He watches my channel. He hangs in these chats. He knows what's going on. And that's why I've been urging for weeks that these creators need to stop making this garbage content for clicks and views about what's going on in the Idaho case. It will come back to get you. I'm telling you. That's why I always say, be careful, because I'm telling you, They got a pen and a pad, and they're probably going, okay, all right, we got that name. And once this case concludes, if it does conclude anytime soon, you might get a letter in the mail. You might get a letter in the mail. All right, let's play through. I'm sorry. I'm really worked up because this puts a huge stain on this community, and I'm appalled right now that I haven't seen anybody speaking out about this. You need to do it. If you are a creator on this platform, you need to talk about this and get it out there. Let's recognize Glowbug. She's come a member, a supporting member of the channel. Thank you so much. We saw another membership come through as well. Oh boy. Let me go back through here. Did I get Helena? Thank you so much, Helena. I appreciate you for becoming a member of the channel. If you haven't already, you can go over. If you haven't already, you can go down on my landing page, click on the members section. You get all my members only content. You're all invited to view that. Being a member, it's for all channel members, no matter what level you go at. I have levels at $1.99. I just want people in there and have access to that content. Let me recognize the super chat. Christian, I don't know that. Andrew Chico has a law passed about not showing autopsy photos. That's great. That's good to hear. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you.
Great cash, homie.
All right, let's go back and continue to play through Brian Enton.
Been messaging me last night. She calls her YouTube page a true crime channel and writes in the description, I feel it's really important to give victims of these tragic crimes a voice when they don't have one. And she has almost 100,000 subscribers.
We're getting traction tonight.
But for some reason, Zav Girl thought it would be a good idea to put in a Freedom of Information request for little 11-year-old Gannon's autopsy photos. And they actually released the photos to her. She had to pay. They released the photos and she got them. And you can just imagine, based on the description of the way that little boy.
There's 132 people in here. We need 100 likes. Come on, let's get this. This is an important stream tonight. This is probably one of the most important streams that I have done on this platform. I need to get this out to 100 likes. We need to feed this out in the algorithm so we can get people over here viewing this. This live stream tonight is the most important one, I'm telling you, that I've ever done. Let's click that like button. Let's get this out.
Boy was killed, what those photos look like. Zav Girl then proceeded to post them on her Patreon account, which is an account attached to her YouTube page. And she charged her followers money to see the autopsy photos. For $3, you could see little Gannon's body. She was making money off of that little boy's autopsy photos of a severely beaten to death little boy. Really, they just got no place on the internet. It was hard enough for the jury to have to look at them. But for this YouTuber to go to all that trouble to request them, to pay the money, to get them from the government, and not only post them, but then to charge people to see them. I mean, I just find it sick. My question, you know, has Zav Girl ever even been in a courtroom or interviewed a grieving family? That's my issue with some of these YouTubers that cause problems. They hide behind their computers. They don't even use their real names. Like in this case, we don't even know who Zav Girl really is. And if you're so proud of your page, I don't know why people don't just use their real name. And this isn't some video game or TV show you're playing on your computer. You know, this is a real family's life. This morning, Zav Girl, she got a lot of heat for this. She posted a statement on her YouTube page about the controversy. It was deleted. It's back up now. I screen grabbed it. This is part of it. She wrote, the reality of the situation is that different people feel differently about this. Some people are genuinely think making a video, including the autopsy photos, is bad, and I respect their opinion and feelings. Other people like myself think of autopsy photos and the coroner disgusting, explaining, interesting, and informative. Are all able to view it in a more scientific, detached way. Well, Zav Girl, there is nothing detached about posting the autopsy photos of an 11-year-old little boy and then on top of it, which I really think is the line, charging money for people to see them. It is sick, it's deranged, and you should just own up to it. Whoever you are, wherever you live, maybe get out from behind your computer screen, go to the local courthouse, and actually sit through a murder trial and see what it's like for the families in real life. Not on YouTube, not sitting behind your computer and thinking about clicks, but actually go to the courthouse and see what these families actually have to deal with. And then think about how it might feel for them after having to see those photos in the courtroom, and then have them plastered all over the internet, and then be trying to charge people money to view them so you can get rich off of it. It's just awful. I want to bring in District Attorney Michael Allen, who served as the lead prosecutor on Little Gannon's case. Thank you for being with us, Michael. You were the lead prosecutor. You had to go through that whole trial. I can't even imagine, like, this just got me so mad thinking about Gannon's family. I know they're aware of this. I mean, how are they processing all of this?
Well, thanks for having me on to talk about this. First off, we reached out to the family members and had discussions with them about this, just letting them know that, one, it's happening and sort of what they can do potentially to combat this. But honestly, there's nothing they can do to get these photos down once they're on the internet. It's just completely disrespectful to the.
I want to pause this really, really quick and just say this. I do not condone anybody threatening her, putting any type of threatening information or comments on her page. Let's not do it that way. The way that we need to do this is just make sure we're not viewing any of her videos and that we continue to make videos for her to be canceled. That's it. We do not threaten people. We do not send, evil comments on her page. To approach it in an adult way. You're all adults. Let's treat that sense with respect. We have the right way that we can protest. We can continue to talk about it. We can continue to say how disgusting this is, and this type of nature needs to be shut down, but we do it in a respectful way. We don't threaten people. We don't do emailing. We don't find phone numbers or track this person down. Let's have respect in that sense. So I want to make that very, very clear to everybody here in this chat tonight, or anybody that's watching this video. That is my stance. I'm not telling anybody to harass anybody. I'm not telling anybody to track anybody down, stuff like that. We do it with the respect and dignity. And when we write particular comments or protests on their page, you do it with respect. You don't threaten, you do it with respect.
The family members that have had to live through this horror. But even more so, Gannon deserves so much more in life from his stepmother, and he certainly deserves dignity and respect in death. And there's nothing about what this YouTuber is doing, and I think there's another one out there as well, that they're doing that provides any dignity or respect to Gannon. And the statement that they put out about this incident, sort of justifying it, it just rings hollow. Other ways to do this, scientifically, they could have used body diagrams that the autopsy also included, instead of putting the actual pictures of Gannon's just completely broken body that reflects the depravity and horror that he had to live through and die at the hands of his stepmother.
True. It's true.
He had to suffer. It's outright disgusting.
You can go to her community page. You can post on that post that I had. You can post there. You don't have to look at her videos. You can go to the community page.
And it just speaks to the lowest of human forms, in my opinion.
And there was a live stream of the trial, correct? And
Natasha Cooper is the other YouTuber that has done this. And I heard that she's been canceled a bunch of times and kicked off YouTube, but she gets back on this platform. I heard that, and this is allegedly, I heard that there was she has some racist allegations. She's had some comments that she made that have racist, and that's alleged. I'm not 100% sure on that, but it was in an article that I had read yesterday, if you saw my kind of 15-minute rant on this. And look, I wanted to do the Gran Amato trial tonight. I wanted to start day one. Believe me, there's 42 videos to go through, so we have a lot to go through in that trial when we do it. But this right now, at this very moment, is the most important stream in the true crime community. I don't care what anybody says. This is the most important one. And I am urging every single creator that is either in this chat, rewatching this on a replay, that you need to speak out against this. This does not represent what the true crime community is about. We get enough shit, and we don't need people like this in it. We don't need people in it. We don't need people like this in this. So I'm hoping in the next week that I start seeing some videos popping up of people talking about this and condoning this behavior.
These were specifically blocked from going out to the public. And the same thing, I covered the Lori Vallow trial. Those pictures were also blocked so that, you know, they couldn't get out. I just wonder, like, why were these released? I mean, apparently this YouTuber had to pay quite a bit of money to get the photos. Why even send them out?
Great question.
Yeah, so it's state by state how that sort of thing works. The autopsy was actually performed in Florida, and Florida law allows these sort of things to go out under a Freedom of Information Act request. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that these sort of sensitive photos have to be released. And you're right. When we were in trial, we actually put blocked part of the images out to hide some of the more sensitive parts of Gannon's body, and to really show the jury just the injuries, as opposed to sort of making a spectacle of the whole situation, which we did not want to do. That's disrespectful to the family. And again, like I said, takes away the dignity that Gannon deserved in life and in death.
And you mentioned that there are others too. It's not just this one YouTuber. Is there anything that can be done now, Michael, that you can do or that the family can do to sort of get these off the internet, especially stop people from making money off of them?
Yeah, I mean, isn't that the most disgusting part of this
Yeah.
too? That they're actually profiting off of somebody else's complete horror. I can't imagine what the family feels deep down inside over this whole thing. There's really not anything that can be done legally. I have suggested that the family reach out to a private attorney to see if there's anything they can do. As far as jurisdiction from my office or from the Colorado courts, I don't think that there's anything that they can do either, unfortunately. And maybe we need to look at changing the law as it relates to autopsy photos being released on the internet, that sort of thing. But, you know, we don't even know where these people live, these two YouTubers live, or where they're posting them from. So it really gets down to jurisdictional boundary lines and what potentially could be done based on where they live and how it's hitting in a particular area.
Yeah, and I'm a part of the true crime community. Like I said, I mean, like 99% of the people out there that follow these cases, I'm sure you realized it too, because the case that you were on was very, very popular online with people watching. They have good intentions. They like to analyze the testimony. They're very, very victim focused. So, you know, most are really.
You know, that's funny that it's funny that you said that, Insta, because she made a very a point about that in her post. And the way that I look at things like that, you would not talk about it if you didn't do it. She said, oh, there was rumors that I was zooming in on the private parts of the victim. If you didn't do it, then why are you talking about it in that post? Why would you be talking about it?
Really good. But I just think that a lot of these YouTubers, the bad ones, don't realize that like these are real human lives. It's not just some like fun thing that, you know, you do online on the weekends on YouTube. Like these people go home at night and have to deal with this.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about Gannon's parents, Al and Landon, they've had to live with the horror of what happened to Gannon for over 3 years from that January 2020 date when this all started. And this just keeps those wounds open. They know that Gannon's body is being paraded around essentially on the internet superhighway, and there's nothing they can do to stop it. And it's just grotesque. I can't imagine the low that somebody would have to go to want to put something like this out on the internet when we're talking about an 11-year-old boy who suffered the most horrific injuries and was murdered in the worst possible way.
Yeah, it's awful. Well, the good news is Patreon, where she was charging, at least on that one account, has now taken the account down. I went and checked right before the show, and it like says suspended or something like that. So at least that's some good news. Michael Allen, thank you for coming on. Please express to the family that, you know, we just feel terrible about this, and if there's anything we can do to help, let us know.
I absolutely will do. And again, thanks for bringing some attention to this. It's needed.
Tonight.
And I can tell you for sure that
I'm going to let everybody voice their opinion on this case. Just let me get through about another 20 minutes, 10, 15 minutes of this video, because I want to hear Duty Ron's reaction as well, too, because I think it's warranted, because I am playing this off his page because he did do this live last night. So let's give Duty Ron in this video a couple of minutes to respond. I want you all to hear his respond, and then I'm going to have Detective John jump on. I'll drop the link if Tanya wants to jump on, and I want to hear your reactions as well. And then we're going to open up and take some calls because we want to hear your voice tonight too. Everybody needs to call tonight. Everybody needs to voice their opinion on this. I want to hear it. We need to hear this. We need to clean up the true crime community. This can never happen again. It just can't happen again.
Family appreciates
These
the
people
scorn
need to
that
be
these
shut down.
people are having to live through now.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate you coming on. Okay, still ahead tonight. A lot.
So there you
All right,
have it, ladies and gentlemen.
let's hear
Brian
Duty Ron.
Enton, our good
And
friend.
I hope Duty Ron doesn't mind that I'm playing off, this off his video. If he does happen to catch this video this evening, I respect what you do on your platform, sir. I appreciate your service to our country. Thank you so much. And we respect you. And that's why we want to hear your perspective as well. Thank you for capturing this live with Brian Enton last night and giving us the ability to replay it here. So let's play a little bit here of Duty Ron's reaction. And then I'm going to drop the link. If any of, I know Detective John was asking to jump on. Maybe Tanya wants to jump on for a minute. I'd love to hear their reaction. Then we'll start taking some calls.
Listen, kudos to him. I tip my cap to Brian Enton for coming on and using News Nation's platform to bring attention to this atrocious, horrific, despicable act. Ed, I'm going to go to you first.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the prosecutor said there was accurate, because I remember the controversy after the Dale Earnhardt crash that caused his death in Florida, and someone leaked his autopsy photos. In 2001, they passed a law in Florida that said that it was illegal to have these autopsy photos and distribute them and have them disseminated like this. I read further on the law saying that you can make an application to the judge, and then you'd have to have a substantial reason for wanting these. Now, I don't know this person. I don't know what her background is. I'm not sure if she's in forensics or whatever the case.
She's not in anything.
Right. Well, I mean, like in an educational setting, like when I worked in the medical examiner's office and we were training death investigators, yeah, we used autopsy photos with forensic professionals to train them what to look for and what things meant. But not to charge a fee and then distribute them all over the internet like this. This is just despicable. It's unethical, despicable behavior, and she's making a buck off a tragically murdered.
I want to respect Ed Wallace as well too for his service to this country as well too.
11-year-old. I mean, it doesn't get much lower than this, folks.
Yeah, it's the bottom of the barrel. And for me, Ed, you've investigated 2,500 plus 2,700, crime scenes where, you have someone who is, either murdered or killed by a car accident, whatever the case may be. In the crime scene unit, you dealt with death on a regular basis. You worked in the medical examiner's office with Barbara Butcher, where decedents were handled, and were handled with care, with dignity, respect.
Absolutely.
And when we do this stuff, as a practitioner in law enforcement, I say it at the end of every one of our shows.
Asha Cooper
would send respect, prayers, strength, and positive vibes to these victims and their families. The families are the ones who are left behind. And what we have here is a classic example of human beings, not just one person, multiple people, who didn't give a rat's ass about an 11-year-old boy who was brutally murdered or his family. And that's the atrocious part of this thing. It is just beyond. I have no words for this.
Yeah, she victimized the victim again.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay? In his death, he can't even comfortable in his death. Rest in peace, right? He can't even be in peace.
Melanie, I want to go to you and your thoughts.
All right, let's get through Melanie here, her reaction, and then I'm going to open up the link. I'll drop the link if John or Tanya wants to jump on. I'd love to hear their reaction. I'm urging Tanya, you got to make a video about this. You got to call this out, please. It's for the better of our community. We don't condone behavior like this. And then I want to hear John's reaction to this as well. I'll do this. I'll do this. If Zav Girl's watching this stream this evening, you can reach out to me. I'm going to drop my email in the chat. My email's there. Let's talk live podcast @gmail.com. You can reach out to me. I'll open my platform to you if you would like to come on and tell your side of the story. So my platform's open. If you don't feel like doing it on yours, my platform is open. We want to hear your side of the story. All right, let's hear Melanie's reaction. Then I'm going to drop the link, get a few creators
As a
on.
mother, I am horrified. As an attorney, I'm not surprised. I can say that. And as someone who covers true crime with you guys on YouTube, tonight. I'm offended. I mean, where's the integrity here? You know, where do you draw the line? Where are the boundaries? If somebody who has no expertise in a certain area or in any area can just go out there and troll around and get people to actually pay money to see photos of a naked boy. Okay, so now we're talking about a naked boy. What kind of people is that person attracting to their channel? You know, people with certain proclivities to want to look at naked children.
Yeah,
it's horrific.
That's the second gross piece to this thing, is that there are people that are predators that are out there. We talk about internet predators all the time. So you're providing an avenue for creepy, weird, effed up people to look at this child, this 11-year-old boy, on an autopsy table. Ed,
for $3.
You and I, for money, as a pay-per-view.
Exactly.
Where is, what's her channel called? What's the name of her channel? I'll pull it up right now. What's the name of her channel? Write it in the chat. I'm gonna pull it up right now. I want to hear what she has to say. What's the name of her channel? True Crime with Natasha.
Because when I saw how much worse these injuries were than what was portrayed in court, it made me wish that Letitia had to suffer every wound that baby had every day in a new spot on her body, and that she has to suffer, let it heal, and do it again in another spot. And I said that in the lives that I did. There is not one thing that I said in those lives that was disrespectful. Everything that I said was about the crime scene or the wounds. Never once was that child disrespected.
Of course she did.
Quite the opposite, actually. The chat was never disrespectful. And the only thing bad that was said in that chat was toward Letitia and what people wanted to do to her.
I'm going to open up the phone lines in a minute. I'm just waiting for Detective John to jump on. Tanya, if you want to jump on, you can do that. I know there's a couple of people that was trying to jump on. I just really want to have them on this evening. So if John, if you want to jump on, Tanya, you want to jump on, you can. I don't know what
there is something, though, that I am sorry for. And what I'm sorry for is how I wrote
of course, she's
out the coverage that I was going to do. Because I can see how in what I wrote, it does sound, if you don't know,
John, is that you in the back room?
How it does sound like I could be selling photographs.
Let me see what he's saying.
And that could not be further from the case. I chose to do it on Patreon because I knew that if I did it on YouTube,
John, send me
it would be recorded and it would be taken down.
Ernest, I don't think that's you.
Because it's happened to me with other cases. The Dyatlov
Ernest, I'm not going to have you on. I just really want John.
That is how I lost my
Tanya,
big
if they want to jump on
channel that I had.
No
that
offense,
had 30,000 subs, because the Dyatlov autopsy photos were reported as sexual content and nudity.
Here we go. What's up, buddy?
Hey, I'm having to do it on my phone. For some reason, dude, it's like telling me that it's muted and it's not, my mic's not working, so I don't know what's
Got
going
it.
on.
The truth of how vicious
gonna,
this crime was.
I'm gonna pause this. What do you think, man? I need to hear what you got to say about this.
I think it's absolutely disgusting, and I would like to read her response again. I didn't have time. I was running around in the house trying to get stuff done and get back over here because we're painting the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm done with that, but I really didn't get to read her response.
Yep. Well, let's listen here what Natasha has to say, and then maybe I can pull up the response again, and we can check it out. Does that sound cool?
That's all right.
Okay, because this girl's live
And it
right
was
now.
not portrayed in the way.
This is her?
No, this is another girl that
In that way, in my opinion.
had been accused doing the same thing basically on the same day as Zav Girl.
In that way, and everyone is entitled to their opinion as far as how they feel about this.
Basically on the same.
But this is not a right or wrong discussion.
Gotcha.
This is
What video? Drop the link for me in
an
the chat
opinion.
so I can pull it up.
If you don't like things like this, if you don't think things like this should be shown, then you should be talking to the people who released them.
Okay, no problem. Thank you. I have a relationship with John.
And I found out yesterday that these photos have been on Reddit since April.
Nothing against you, but
where's the outrage about that?
can you?
I don't
drop
know
that
what
link,
Zav Girl
Mindy?
did.
I'll pull
I
it up.
am not Zav Girl. I know what I did, Natasha Cooper. And what I did was 2 discussionary lives
I'm going to open the phones here in a
about the
little bit.
crime scene photos and the wounds that were inflicted. I did it respectfully. And every content creator who has asked me to see those videos because they wanted to see for themselves if I'm telling the truth, I have provided them. And I am happy to provide them to anybody, news-wise, who has accused me of doing something that I shouldn't have done.
News-wise?
Fox 31, who made accusations that were untrue. Brian Enton. Several other news agencies that have made false accusations against me.
This chick needs to go away, bro.
Is that the pot calling the kettle black?
Yeah. This chick needs to go away, bro. Why is
And
she
I'm going to
pausing
read a
so
comment
long?
from one of my subs on Facebook that they just posted. It says, you don't just cover a case. You make these victims a person. An innocent child taken from this world too soon isn't just a news headliner. This child deserves to be heard, deserves for his or her story to be told. We see headlines all the time and wonder why this happened to them. You do a wonderful job bringing us facts, bringing
Good.
awareness.
I'm glad, Allie.
You bring humanity to the forefront of all of our minds. Keep doing what you do. And that's what I said. The people who know me, the people who have followed me as I have done true crime over these years, they know that I would never do anything like this.
Oh, she's a narcissist.
They know that I would
100%,
never
bro.
do anything like what I have been accused of.
Oh, God.
The victims are always first and foremost in my mind. Always. That's why I did this, to give a voice to those who don't have one.
Yeah, because they're dead. You think they want their pictures out there?
I know. It's so
And anybody who thinks that my motivations were anything other than what they were, you're wrong.
Bro, come on.
He's definitely a narcissist.
Oh my gosh.
100%.
Evil. It's so evil.
You want to talk about monopolizing on a child's death? What about all of the channels right now who are using Gannon's name to talk about this? All of those channels are monetized. They're getting super chats, super stickers, Cash Apps, PayPals.
And you aren't?
Right.
You
and
look at
aren't,
how many
but
people, how many channels.
The worst
News
of it is
agencies
you
as
showed,
well. You don't think that they have advertisers and they're making money
I wish we
when
could
they're
get her on
talking
here
about
right now.
this?
She showed naked photos
Where's
of
the
a dead
outrage
little
about
boy.
that?
I mean, what the hell, man?
You know what?
Well, then here's the thing. Wait a minute. So she just
Why
hang
aren't
on.
you-
She just burned herself, bro. I'm gonna pause this for a second. She just said, people are out here, they're monetized, they're making super chat. Then why isn't she deleting her channel right now? She should be deleting her channel right now and walking away for the rest of her life, right?
Right.
If it's so wrong, and you have true crime with Natasha Cooper up there right now, and you just called out the true crime community for making money, and you're just doing the same thing, why wouldn't you just delete your channel right now?
You know what the smartest thing she could do, or anyone that makes a mistake like this could do, is just own it.
Yeah.
Own it. Own it.
Sorry.
Hey, I used poor judgment. I'm really sorry I disappointed anyone. And I feel horrible, and I made a mistake, and just move on. Instead, she's a narcissist. So she's trying to, she's got an unreasonably high sense of her own importance. And all she's trying to do is justify what she did. And then she pins it on everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
She tries to take the heat off of herself and call everyone else out for what they've done. Just Absolutely. Own it. Just own it, girl. That's all you got to do. Period.
Yeah.
And it probably wouldn't be so bad.
Yeah, you just come out and just say, hey, you know what? I screwed up. I'm so sorry. It was a lack of judgment. It's a lack of moral compass. You know what I'm going to do? I'm personally going to write a statement, or I'm personally going to reach out to that family and have a conversation with them. I know that the damage can probably never be repaired as much as it needs to be because the photos are out, but at least maybe I can do something for them. Maybe step forward now and put this into law and get this pushed, maybe Gannon's law, where photos like this are not allowed to be out there on the internet or for public consumption. Do something like that. Use your platform. Use your platform now for something good, and that's the thing.
Exactly. 100%. I agree. 100%.
If I made an error in judgment like that, that's the first thing that I would do. Reach out, call the family, have a peaceful conversation. Look, I am so sorry. What can I do to change this? And then go out and start a petition, start a Gannon's Law petition, get that out there and stop stuff like this from ever happening. This can never happen again, John. This can't happen.
No, it can't. And we're on it. The mods are on it, right? We getting a petition together, guys?
I'll help. Sign me up. Let's work on it.
I don't know if you saw in chat. I know you were busy, but we started talking about it and somebody jumped on it. A couple of people did. So you got a hell of a team.
Let's get together.
So man, let's get it signed. Let's get a bill out there so a governor can sign this bill. This was in Colorado, right?
No, the photos are in your state. Even better.
Oh no. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, that was Florida. I'm sorry. Yeah. I was thinking of another case too. But
even better.
Yeah, I mean, here's the deal with what in a high profile case, and I've seen it before. A judge would have to seal those photos, and a good prosecutor would anticipate that stuff like this would happen, so he would request that, and a judge would sign an order to seal them, to eliminate them from the Freedom of Information Act. People will still try and demand they get them, but there should be exemptions to the Freedom of Information Act. The Freedom of Information Act should be for documents, not photos or documents, but not those type of documents. I just think it's overzealous to presume that people would want to see that stuff. So
you're paid for this, man. Like, it's just as bad as showing the photos, but you're just as bad, in my opinion, of anybody that will want to view that. A dead, naked boy that was stuffed inside a suitcase. Why would you want to see that?
Well, you remember back, and I don't even know if there used to be a Faces of Death. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Does that even still exist?
I don't think so. I remember there used to be a site called rotten.com that had all that garbage on there, Brooks says, I'm so curious on her intentions to use these photos in the first place. It looks like it was money. Absolutely, it's money driven.
It's absolutely money.
100%. All right, let's hear a little bit more from her, and then we're gonna open up the phone lines. I want everybody to voice their opinion on this. We need to hear you all tonight.
Edited
Wait a
Not
second.
blurred out at all.
Janet, do you see what Janet said right there?
No, I missed it. Let me
Janet
see.
said, no, a lawyer today said it was Colorado. Florida
Okay.
did the autopsy.
Autopsy. Okay.
But all the
The
records,
records
were sent to Colorado.
Okay.
But still the records were released from Florida. So that's, Colorado's where that connection came, but they were still released from Florida. So the petition would have to be for Florida because that's
no.
what
So
changed law.
Michelle said Colorado is who released them and all the other photos since Gannon was originally from there, not Florida. Okay. So we're straight on that. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you for straightening that up. She should charge with exploitation or something. Hey, we may see something like that.
Now,
during the trial.
I'm not sure, but I'm thinking Florida already has something on the books, but I don't remember, man. It's, it's not often that you run into this. I would have to look it up, or somebody could, if one of the mods or somebody might be able to look that up. And see if they can be released anymore. I know it seems like something came out or we had a similar incident, and it might already be in law here. I'm not sure.
Got it. All right, let's hear what she's got to say, and then I'm gonna open up the phone
While it was
lines.
being streamed all over the country, when most of you were watching it, you weren't outraged then.
Wow. Does anybody want to know
Colorado
what a narcissist is? This is a
made
narcissist.
A ruling that no child's autopsies would be sealed. He said because people need to know what happened to these victims.
There we go. Sorry.
They need to know so that laws can change, so that awareness can be brought, so that maybe, just maybe.
Wow.
You think that's the right way of doing it?
Wow. How about I can read a book and read a description?
Maybe
I don't need a picture.
Or how about this? A body diagram? We can look at those, right?
Yeah. You can release the like you said, the diagrams for the autopsy. That's part of Freedom of Information Act. That's just basically a generic sketch,
Absolutely. But hey,
what's the difference? Why do you need to see the goriness?
Why do you need to see the body? Right. And the thing that's sick about it, it's not even of someone of age, John. That's the moral, the moral factor here. Yes, it's just at a different level. It's just it's a young boy that hasn't even started his life.
Right. And
underage boy.
What don't we release when someone's arrested if they're a juvenile?
Right. Their name.
We don't know anything about the name.
Right.
We don't know the name. We don't know anything. So you're going to release autopsy photos of an 11-year-old kid?
Yeah, it's just
that's disgusting to me.
Yeah. You got an issue.
And all of you have had such awful things to say about me, saying that if it was my child, or you hope this, or you hope that. I have 3 children.
Not getting better, man.
3 girls, 2 biologic, and 1 that I adopted.
It's biological.
And I have my first granddaughter, who is 7 months old. I love those children with everything in me. And I could not imagine something happening to mine like happened to Gannon. And I have the utmost respect for his family and his parents.
What?
Yeah.
Nothing that I have ever done was in any way disrespectful of that.
There's no empathy here, dude.
But all of the fake outrage
wow
that is out there right now, because one woman
100%
did a live and accused me of showing this baby's genitalia and accused my chat of making comments about his genitalia. That woman started every bit of this.
That woman, she started every bit
and she is
of
still going
it's
live,
all her fault.
Link is
screaming her
dropped,
head
Tanya.
off about people being mean to her
We're
when
gonna
it's
get
her
Tanya on here
who's doing it
type
to
in
everybody
the note.
else, while using Gannon's name in her hashtags.
I'm gonna pause this. We're only at 138 likes. There's 231 people. I should be able to get another 100 likes right now. Let's get this up.
139 on my computer.
You got 139. We still got work to do, John. We need to get this up to 200.
Let's get these likes up, everyone. Hey, that little thumb, if anyone doesn't know where it is, right down below your screen, there's a thumb.
Yep.
The thumbs up. Don't hit that thumbs down. Hit that thumbs up.
Yeah, this is the most important stream on YouTube tonight. This is the most important stream on YouTube. Let's show how important it is. Smash that like button. Let's get it up to 200 likes because the algorithm likes. They like
157,
interaction.
bro. 157.
It's gonna push this out further so more people can come in this chat room and see what's
Her
going on.
lives are nothing
tonight.
about
This is an
Gannon.
important stream.
But she hashtags them in every one.
Hey, what happened
Where's
to
your
this
outrage
chick?
about
Where's
that?
she now? Is she
She's
still around?
She's live right now. This is a live.
This is
she's-
live?
Yeah, this is her live.
Holy
She did the
cow,
same thing with
dude.
Summer
I'm sorry,
Wells.
I'm ignorant, man. I didn't
So
know.
we're
this
doing a
was
live of a live.
Wow.
She did the same thing
But
with Gabby
this needs to be
Petito.
heard too.
Where's the outrage about that?
This
And
is
people who do that.
this chick needs to just stop.
She's just digging her
There's a
grave.
reason why I separate my
Your gray matter capacity
crime
is like
channel
Yeah.
not there.
from my variety channel.
Tanya's in the house.
What's up, Tanya?
Hey guys.
All right.
Now we're over here.
Go ahead.
Hello.
I paused her hole digging.
I'm here.
Let's hear what your reaction is.
Let me,
Give us your reaction.
Okay, there we go. I was echoing a little bit, I think. Okay. Are we good now? Can you hear
We're
me?
good.
I hear
I
you.
can hear you.
Awesome.
All right, Tanya, give us your reaction. What do you think?
Oh my Lord. I didn't know who this was at first. When I first heard her voice, I thought she was someone calling in. And I was like, what? And then I heard what she was saying. So, okay, because I was really fired up a minute ago, but I can't remember what she said because I was trying to have like two conversations. I was trying to have a conversation while I was listening. But what was she saying about the autopsy photos? She said that she bought them, but is she saying that she didn't distribute them? Or because I heard her
she's
say like they were
saying-
terrible and all this and that.
No, she said that on her live. The thing that she's very angry about is not the fact that she showed them. It's the fact that in her chat, people were saying that she was showing the genitalia of the young boy. Now, listen, in my opinion, that conversation would never be had if it didn't happen. So somewhere along the line in that live, it happened.
Yeah, I believe that too.
Talking about it.
But in the same sentence, she says she alludes to the fact and justifies it by saying people need to see these things so it never happens again.
Oh my God.
So
who
she's
needs
trying
to see
say
it?
that she's trying to say that she's justifying it because we all need to see this 11-year-old boy.
She's an advocate, a victim's advocate now, huh?
Yeah. And she has utmost respect for the family.
Right.
She's a walking, talking contradiction as well.
Right, but she was just calling out all the YouTube channels that do this particular type of content. I mean, not show the genitalia or dead photos of little boys, but I'm saying true crime content. She said, we're just as bad.
Well, her name says True Crime with Natasha Cooper, so she's True Crime too.
True crime.
So, honey, you're with us. And we don't show pictures of dead people.
Yeah.
Hey, she's truly.
I don't think I ever have.
She's truly committing. She's truly committing a crime, in my opinion.
Yeah, like I know I had to think about that for a minute, but it's just because we do a lot of true crime. There's a lot of cases, but I mean, no, I would never.
Never.
And,
her live chat's disabled. Oh wow.
11-year-old.
Yeah.
I mean, that's any age, but that is bad. So she got shut down. Did her live get shut down?
Yeah, let me see. I'm gonna try to play and see if it ends. If not, we'll listen a little bit here. No, she's still going. Let's listen a little bit.
True crime is and always has been my passion.
Oh God.
And my passion is to help people and to help victims of crimes.
But not the families.
Yeah, we need a little.
Liar.
You just
I am
created
not a
more
monster.
victims.
I am not the person that all of these people are making me out to be.
You are fake news.
I never have been. If you go and look at any of my true crime coverage, you will see that.
Liar.
What I am is thorough.
Liar.
And when I cover a case,
Can you pause her?
I want every piece of information.
Did she cover this case when it happened? Because I know Zav Girl did it.
I know nothing about.
I'm just curious now because I'm just curious because she said that. So
yeah, I'll check. I'm gonna sleuth right now.
And you know what would be karma?
What's that?
So what are IRS agents?
IRS agents.
What do they do?
They look at your expenses.
But they're investigators, right?
Right.
So if a red flag goes up on something like this, and it gets all this heat.
Ooh.
If I was an IRS agent listening to this right now and she was in my area, buddy, I'd be auditing her ass.
Allegedly.
Just putting it out there.
Right. Allegedly. Just giving an opinion. Yeah. All right. Let's see what she's got.
That I can find about it.
Let's get this up to 200 likes. Let's get it to 200 likes.
Let's see, where do we at?
We're at like 166.
And if you don't think that these pictures were already out there, go to Reddit. They're everywhere.
Oh, so they're the bad guys now, right?
Where was the outrage when this happened in April?
I never saw that.
I never saw that.
Mm-mm.
I think Reddit would have caught some heat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they would have taken those down.
There's so much hypocrisy.
They've
in
been
this
better
whole
lately, actually. Taking
situation.
stuff down.
Did she just use the word hypocrisy?
I think
She
so.
sure did.
I bet she can't even spell hypocrisy.
I'll be right back.
So much hypocrisy in this whole situation.
Said again.
So I'm going to show you a little clip that got this all started. And this is the same woman who, as of last night, had Gannon tagged and has him tagged in 2 posts today that have nothing to do with him. This same woman is the one who called the news agencies, who wrote to the news agencies and has bragged about it to tell them about this. This little clip is what got the whole mess started.
No.
And Lisa, just because you can doesn't mean you should. That's your opinion.
Does she have a
You don't have to agree with it.
She scared the crap out of me.
That's an opinion. Everybody has one. There's lots of things that I don't agree with that people do. But I don't crucify them or go on a witch hunt
bad, man.
and put them in danger and their family in danger.
There's no
because
danger.
I don't agree with them. And that is what has happened to me. Whether you agree or not, what has happened to me and my family in the last 2 days is not okay. My mother has been contacted repeatedly.
I doubt
My
this.
65-year-old mother, who is ill.
Don't bring your mama into this.
Yeah, don't do that.
Even my 87-year-old grandmother.
Yep.
Don't you bring your grandma into this.
Comments were left on my daughter's 16th birthday post. I guess all of that's okay though, right? It's okay to go and do these kinds of things to people when you don't even know what happened. Most of you,
you need
don't
a white
even have
flag.
a clue what
You
my
have a white
lives were
You have
or
a white
what was
flag?
said.
She
You're just
needs to-
running with
needs
what
to-
the
to
majority
surrender
has
flag.
said that I did. You don't have facts.
Where's
you
she
don't have
from,
information.
Brian?
You
I
have
have no idea.
misinformation.
I don't really
and you
want
have
to. I don't
based your
care.
opinions on misinformation.
Let's
Either
not try to.
North or South Carolina,
Yeah, let's
Georgia.
not try to dig that stuff up. You know.
I'm just wondering what state she's from.
No, I have no idea.
I had to pour out my red flags. I got like 13 of those too, so I have a lot for her. We haven't had to bring out the red flags in a while. The orange are for whenever someone gets convicted of a crime.
We got-
Gannon Stout case. I don't know. I don't know.
What's this?
So that she said this is how it started. These are the people, I guess, that found this out and exposed her.
How many subscribers does she have?
Like 2,000.
Oh.
There were autopsy photos there, and she has published these on Patreon for $3 a view to the video. And apparently, now Tasha Cooper
1.64. That just tells you.
never even covered this case. Started to show
You
some
know,
of the trial
again,
only because it was the dead.
These are fringe YouTube channels. Fringe YouTube channels that fucking see a case and they go, oh, yeah, that's probably something that I could do. And then all of a sudden they jump on and they make one video and they're all of a sudden the YouTube, true crime community. I hate these people. They do no research into the cases. They don't stay up night after night after night to try to give good, valuable information to people that want to hear it. They just jump on with a bunch of falsehoods and just put crap out there like this. And this is what happens. They get caught up and they get caught. You will get caught. If you are a liar and someone that is not honest in this community,
Yeah.
you will be caught.
And
Yeah,
you
you
know,
will.
it wasn't enough money for her
And called out.
to do that. And we know that from her own non-chats. But I'm sure somebody went in and copied the photos for her, okay, from this other creator, and now she is showing them on Patreon. And it's already, from what I've heard now, I'm gathering this information only in the last, like I said, hour and a half that I've been home, and I'm just disgusted that they have already defiled the pictures, that they've already put out things about his genitals, stuff like that. This is so disgusting and so heartbreaking for the parents. Who would do this? What kind of people would do this?
Brian, who is
Wow.
this? I'm sorry.
Wow. I know Zap Girl.
I don't know.
Sorry, girl.
I think this was the girl that started calling them out. Rightfully so. Good
But
for
where
her.
is this coming from? Is Natasha?
Yeah,
playing that?
she's playing the video.
You've
Yeah.
gone down so many freaking conspiracy theories. You've said or entertained that Kylie Rodney wasn't even a real.
All right.
What is she
That
trying to
right
hang
there
herself?
is what got me into this mess.
Kylie Rodney.
That lady that you just saw with the crown on her head
Well,
like an idiot.
she spread conspiracies.
She is the same one who has had every live that she has done this week tagged with Gannon's name. I did not do that. I did not do any of what she has accused me of. And because she did that, now it has made the rounds, and everybody and their brother's uncle's cousin is accusing me of showing genitalia and my chat making fun of it. I covered the entire trial of Gannon's. The entire trial. I did not do it.
The hell's that?
Lisa, I don't need your opinion.
She's shaving or something?
Goodbye.
An electric razor?
I did
Sounds
not
like
do
a
it
vibrator or something.
or not do it because of money. I covered that entire trial every
Turn your
day
vibrator
that it
off,
was
lady.
streamed.
Seriously.
Pick it up off the floor now. Didn't contaminate
And for
it.
anybody to say that I didn't, you
Jeez.
are a liar.
Well, now fighting back against the internet is not going to work. You're done. You're fried.
I cracked myself up.
My
I said
question is,
electric razor.
why weren't they sealed?
You shaved.
Way to be
Why
tactful.
weren't the autopsy files
I
sealed?
speak the
Shave your
truth.
beard.
If the prosecutor
That was
knew
a
that these
damn
photos were
vibrator.
this bad, they knew that people were going to get them. They knew
I don't know.
that
We're
people
not
were
going
going
to
to
try to.
get them.
We're not going to try to do that tonight. Yeah, we're not going to go there. You guys can all figure it out. I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to dox someone. No doxing. I don't want any doxing on the stream. We don't do that.
Who's trying to dox
Why
who?
weren't they
Just
sealed?
people asking where she's from.
Why
I
didn't the
don't want to
prosecution
put that out there.
make sure that they were sealed?
She could be from Gainesville.
Because the Watts children's autopsies were sealed. There is zero reason that Gannon's couldn't have been also.
So now you're blaming the process of you requesting these photos, all out
No,
knowing
Tanya,
what
she's
your
not going
intentions
after
are.
anybody other than me because she has a personal vendetta.
Did you say my name? Did she say Tanya? I swear to God, I wasn't in her chat. I think
If the
she said
family
Tanya.
and the prosecution did not want these photos available to the public through a FOIA request, then they should have had the records sealed.
I vote for shaving for the win. What the hell? This is just
How many of you watch the Discovery Channel, the ID channel,
Thank you, Lakota. We appreciate you.
Lakota, don't be a hater.
HBO? Put a 1 in the chat if you watch the ID network.
Where?
This is not the ID network.
No.
This is real life. I mean, they do real life stuff, but you know what I mean.
Oh, wow. That's interesting. I'm not going to bring this up on air, but I'm going to. Oh, wow. That's really interesting. Thank
Did
you,
you get the
Crime.
same email me?
I did. Wow. That's very interesting.
Do
I know that
tell.
YouTube can't, but Facebook can.
I'm not going to say it live on
Exactly.
air, but we'll
If you
talk about
watch
it.
the ID
after.
Network,
That's very interesting. Thank you, Crime Sleuthin. Wow.
you hear
You see
gory
that, Tanya?
details
You got it right.
of crimes every time you
I
watch
sure
one
did.
of their shows.
Wow.
Thank you.
That's
I
some
literally just saw it.
big names in that. Big
What did
You
I
see
miss?
autopsy photos. You see crime scene photos.
Uh,
Where's the outrage there?
I'm gonna send it to you, John.
I
Hang
was
on.
walking
I
around
know
looking
one.
to make sure that wasn't my vibrator somewhere. I missed it.
And is the outrage really
I'm
because
gonna send you a
I
picture.
did it
Hang
I
on
on.
know one of
Patreon
them.
so that I would have
Do
control
you?
over who saw it? Or is it
You
because
see
they
the
shouldn't have been
big
seen to
name
begin
on
with?
there?
Mm-hmm.
What is the
Wow.
real issue? Because if you're gonna,
John, check
Yeah.
your photo. Your
tote this cross about one or the other, then you're gonna have to hold everybody accountable for it.
no.
Not just one or two people that done it, that did it. Everybody.
Yeah, thanks for sending that over.
So if you don't want things like this seen and you don't
All right,
agree,
we're gonna take some calls because I'm kind of sick of hearing her rant. Y'all want to take some calls?
Sure.
All right, let's hear everybody. All right, voice your opinions. You can call the show 774-855-9400. Let's be respectful. I'll give you 3 minutes. 3 minutes to shout out when you call in. Let us know where you're from. I'm gonna give you 3 minutes. If I cut you off, it's not on purpose. It's because I do want to get to a couple of calls. 774-855-9400. I'm gonna see if my speaker is gonna work. Hopefully it does. If not, I'll get creative. All right, we'll see.
Make sure all electronic devices are off, Brian.
Mm-hmm. What the hell? All right, we got our first call. LTL podcast. Who am I speaking with? Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hey, what's going on?
What's going on? Can everybody hear him okay? Give me a yes in the chat if you can. So I gave you 3 minutes. What do you think?
Natasha Cooper is dead spot wrong.
Yeah.
There's no place for that in the true crime community. There's no place for that. Period. If she should be in that same vein as Zab Girl. Both of them should be shut down.
Absolutely.
That's all I got for that. I mean, really, come on now.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy because the way that, like we all look at it on this panel is we care about what we do here. We, especially on LTL podcasts, we give factual information. We look at the documents. We stick to the facts. We don't do conspiracy theories. And when you come out and you put this stuff out there to exploit families and exploit children, a dead child, like how can you feel morally right about that? Just crazy.
I can't do it. I'm the same way with the Thea's Light Reloaded. I'll put out the facts. I'll give my opinions at a point.
Absolutely.
That's as far as I'm going with it.
Yep.
Thanks for hearing me out.
All right, brother. Thanks for calling in. All right.
Yep.
That was great. Let me see if
All right,
trying to Oh, I think my speaker's working. See if it connects. 774-855-9400. If anybody wants to call in, we'll take a couple more calls. Let us know what you think about this. Let's hear your voice. Let's hear your voice. This is important. It's the most important stream on YouTube tonight. We need to take this type of besides Tanya's.
Just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Hey, everybody out there would remind them that there's a petition in the works.
Yes.
So
Mm-hmm.
probably not on this show, but Brian, probably on some of your other shows, we can push that to get signed, get some law.
We got this. Hang on. LTL podcast. Who am I talking with? Hang on 1 second.
We can't hear it, bud.
Yeah, I know. Caller, call back. Yeah, this speaker ain't working. Let me try this again. Every time I try to do this Bluetooth thing, it never works. LTL podcast. Who am I speaking with?
It's Mindy and HB, and I've been in the chat all night. Became a member and everything.
All right. So what do you think? We'll give you 3
Yay.
minutes.
Welcome.
Welcome.
You guys need to put the video up that Natasha did from earlier.
Okay.
Because it's absolutely disgusting.
Okay.
And it's on her page. It's like the second one down. And she has a big banner across her page that says, "Kiss my..."
Uh-oh. I think she got... I didn't hang up on you. My hands were right here.
It was like she was about to say a bad word and she muted herself.
She say kiss my vibrator or something?
I think so.
Oh.
Hang on.
No, she didn't. Did she
LTL
really? No, she
podcast.
didn't.
Sound off. All these...
Hi, it's in the chat from Australia.
Hey, how are you? Australia calling in. Look at this. Australia.
Look, my take on this is it's so damaging it beyond belief, and it's even going to ricochet into other cases like Coburger, where, you know, at the moment there's media trying to get camera.
Yeah, I don't know why it keeps bumping people out. You know what it is? There's too many people that are trying to call in. Let's do this. If we have someone on the line, don't call in because it's going to keep bumping the person out.
Yeah, because we can hear your call waiting.
Yeah. LTL podcast.
Hello.
Hello.
It's Justina Talanchi.
Hey, how are you?
I called before and you guys were giggling about the vibrator and it hung up.
Yeah, I think what happens is too many people are trying to call in. So let's just do this. So go ahead, sound off. What you got?
Oh, this is all crazy. I think whoever, isn't that distribution almost of CP also?
It could be. It could be. I mean, what do you think, John? Could it be something like that?
I missed it. I'm sorry. What did you say?
She's acting. Could it be distribution of CP?
I'm with a distribution of CP.
Yeah. Pedo.
Popcorn.
Yeah.
Of what? I'm sorry.
Yeah. I don't want to say the word because I'll get shut down.
I don't want to say
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's an acronym. I'm sorry. My bad.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Because
No.
that's who's gonna get their hands on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's post-mortem stuff. I mean, that happens. Don't get me wrong, but
Oh, it's so weird.
you know,
Oh my God, these people are demons.
yeah, I don't think so. I think it was just to get some cash flow, and she got it. I would like to know, does it show? Can you access her channel?
Access her channel?
Can you access some of the data from her channel, Brian?
No, I don't have that. But I sent you a photo of some of those people that paid for those photos.
Oh yeah, I saw that. That's interesting.
Well, you can get on her page. I think that's what he means. Can you get on her page?
Yeah, get on her page and see
her YouTube page.
What's going on. You could, like a ticker. We can see a ticker of people unsubscribing. Like just flying backwards. It's like
LTL podcast. What you got?
Down to zero.
Hello,
what you got?
No, I was talking earlier, that case, the boy's name is, well, he was like 20. Christian, I can't say his last name either. I don't know. So someone killed him. They said it was suicide. But for some reason, his autopsy pictures were everywhere. And this was in Mississippi. And Jay made that a law that it's illegal. So if they did that for a grown, well, I don't think a 20-year-old is grown, but, you know, he's a grown man. Definitely they need a law right now, nationwide. None of this.
Absolutely, completely agree.
Thanks for taking my call.
All right.
Love you. Love all three of you.
Thank you so much. All right. Thank you. All right. Let's see.
She's lost like 21,000 subs since this AM.
Wow.
Whoa.
21,000.
Now that is some.
LTL
that's
podcast.
good.
What you got?
I'm sorry, but that's what needs to be done.
I just have something quick.
Sure.
This, let me turn the background down. I'm sorry.
No problem.
It's just infuriating. This entire thing is just infuriating. I can't believe that they consider them, victim advocates, and yet they will post something like this on Patreon for $3, and it's infuriating. They don't think about the feelings of the parents, and Gannon already being a victim.
Absolutely.
And then I feel like that's re-victimizing him all over again.
Absolutely. I mean, the wounds, these individuals have opened the wounds again. These families haven't, they're going to grieve forever. I mean, this case is still fresh. It's only 3 years. And it's just crazy. I just humanly cannot possibly logical think who in their right mind would want to look at a dead, naked little boy. I mean, you have problems. You got major problems. Major problems.
Yeah, and then for them not to see any problems with that says a lot about them. It just says a lot about how they view things. And I don't know the lady that was just talking. I don't want to know her.
Sure.
But I did try to go to her channel and comment on her video. I had a lot to say, but she had turned her comments off.
Yeah.
So I was unable to kind of let her know what I was thinking. But, their main thing is, it's private, it's public. And, that means it's okay. And it's just not, not okay. So I won't keep you, but I just wanted to throw that in. Hi, Tanya. It's Olivia.
Oh, hey, girl. Hey, Olivia. Oh, it's so good to hear your voice.
Well, thank you for calling in. We appreciate it. And
Okay.
I know that you couldn't. I know that you could not get your voice heard on her channel tonight, but your voice is being heard here right now, and we appreciate that.
Thank you so much.
All right.
I really appreciate it. Have a good one.
Thank you. Bye-bye. All right, 774-855-9400. I'll take a few more calls before we shut up the stream for tonight.
You know what would be interesting to hear? The 13% on here that have said that she shouldn't be canceled.
Yeah.
I would like for them to type right now, tell us why you think she shouldn't be canceled.
Right.
Or was that like a misclick? Because I can't. That's what concerns me about humans today. Why would anybody give her the benefit of the doubt and allow her to continue?
Right.
No way. Especially since she's making this rant. Had she come on like we discussed earlier and owned it,
no,
then she might get some grace,
right,
and still be able to show face again in the community with some time off. But no. That's
LTL. Sorry, John. LTL podcast. What you got? Hello.
Hello. Hey, it's Crime Sleeping. My name is Debbie.
Hey, how are you?
So Tanya drug us all over here tonight. I'm glad she did.
Thanks for coming out. So what do you got to say about this? How do you feel?
Well, many of us have been complaining about Stab Girl for 2-3 years. She also has something else that people don't talk about. You have to join her YouTube channel to get access to her member stickers, and her member stickers have photos of dead and missing children. So she's selling those too.
Yeah.
It's really gross. And then she has them in her chat where if you're a member,
It's all right.
If you're a member, you can use these photos and they're deceased and missing children.
Unreal.
And it's just gross. I can't believe people pay for that.
Unreal.
And that's been up there for a long, long time. Many people have complained about it. And she's like, it's a matter of bringing awareness. That's what she called it, bringing awareness. So, and we've known. And
Tanya, your mic's making a lot of noise. I got you on mute.
Often the first.
Oh, Yeah, she got canceled. All right, I'm going to shut the phone down for now. We're going to wrap this up in a couple minutes. I got to find a new way to take calls because this method sucks. Let's do this.
See what I got to look forward to? I got to figure that out too.
John, there's your chat. One of the people says Zav Girl was wrong, but I find it hilarious. You guys want to cancel her, but support a guy who claims to talk to Kaylee, Maddie, and Xana and Ethan by Spirit Box. Disrespect to the families, just as bad. Who do I follow?
Time out.
Right. Who do I follow?
And I'm gonna, for the record,
I don't follow either.
Who is saying this right now?
Holden Toots.
Okay, Holden Toots. Here you go. And I'm going to put it out there. I vehemently denied anything to do with that Spirit Box. And I told him personally, I will not support it. I do not believe in it. It's not credible to me. And I like to have a sense of credibility when I'm on the show. So don't ever bring up Spirit Box with me because I will not support it. So I've even got text talking about it with him. I said, nothing against you, bro. I don't like the Spirit Box thing. Everybody, some people might like it. I don't like it. I don't believe in it. It's bullshit to me. But if it gets you clicks, whatever. It's exactly what I said. So I'm telling you right now, don't put me in that category. You never saw me on any Spirit Box, and you never heard me talk anything positive about it. So I'm going to set the record straight right now. I totally disagreed with it. I told him that I disagreed with it, and I'm going to end it right there. So don't put me in that category. You're welcome.
I get a question. What the hell is a Spirit Box?
It's this Wiccan crap. People that believe in, turning this box on, and it works on some kind of frequencies, and it goes. It's like flipping
It's
through
so
the
loud
AM.
and annoying.
It's like
I can't watch
flipping
stuff
through,
like that.
You remember when you've got older cars, antiques. The push button.
Yeah.
Push button radios when you're clicking through and it picks up everyone you go back. That's what it's like.
Sure.
It doesn't work that way, but that's what it sounds like. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
It's stupid.
Whatever. If it's someone that wants to do that on their channel, then fine. I don't know. I don't.
Well, I didn't appreciate someone insinuating that I condone that stuff because I don't. First of all, I'm a Christian, so I don't believe in that stuff anyway.
Sure.
And secondly, I thought it was disrespectful. I told him that. It's one thing I vehemently deny being a part of. I don't like it, and I don't condone it.
Respectfully so. All right. Well, I hope we accomplished a little bit this evening over the interwebs. I think this was a very, very productive stream. I think that this is a conversation that needs to continue. I want to see some reaction here in the next 24 hours or so, and then maybe I'll talk about this again. I'm urging all creators out there, if you are watching this and you are in the true crime community or any creator on a platform, that we cannot have this type of behavior in this platform or in this community, because it does not represent me. It doesn't represent the people that are on this panel. And I'm urging everybody to make a video, to do a live, to call this stuff out. We need to flood YouTube right now with as many videos. And I'm urging you, I'm calling you out, calling the creators out. Get on Twitter, use your platforms, get on YouTube, use your platform, make a video about this, put it out, condemn it, call these people out. It needs to be ended, needs to be canceled. I want to thank
absolutely.
Tanya, any parting words? John, any parting words?
No.
Well,
is my mic good?
Go ahead, Tanya. You first.
Oh, I was just making sure I was good. My
Ladies
sound good?
first. Yeah.
Okay. I was like, I don't know what's going on. What was going on? But I might take my AirPods out or something. But no parting words other than, everyone use your platform for the better. If that's true about her losing 21,000 subscribers, then that's something. Talk. Yeah, and people they really are. Like a lot of the channels that call out stuff like this, they're all calling it out. and they've got the receipts and they've got the, you know, so I'm pretty proud of the YouTube community right now, the way that they're handling this, actually. Because, you know, I mean, apart from her and Natasha, but you know what I mean? The people, because like I've seen a lot of people really step up and say, this isn't right. This isn't right. I haven't seen anybody step up and say, other than Natasha, maybe, you know, that this is okay. I really haven't seen anybody. So I'm proud of the YouTube community for that.
Thank you, Dawn. Appreciate you. Thanks for becoming a member. John, any parting words before we close this one up?
Well, first of all, I want to say you're at 210 according to my screen. Likes.
Yeah, that's
you
good.
surpassed. Didn't you want
Getting this
200?
out here. I wanted 200. Awesome. We got our goal, so
there you
we
go.
need to keep. Anybody on this replay needs to keep smashing that like button. Let's get this video out as far as we can across the YouTube platform, because this behavior cannot be condoned anymore.
Here's my parting statement. I'm going to quote Plato. Plato says, wise men speak because they have something to say. Fools, which is what this girl is, speak because they have to say something. This woman is an absolute fool, and she's a tool. Yeah. And she should be reprimanded, which she's getting right now, her karma, for doing this distasteful act. And I'm so proud to be a part of a community that will police their own and go after someone like this and end them. And I think it's absolutely beautiful. And I believe 100% that if we start a petition on your show, Brian,
sure,
carry it on to all these other shows and get a petition signed and get it to the governor of whatever governors we need to get it to, and have stuff like this excluded from all Freedom of Information Acts in every state if it's not already applied, because stuff like this is disgusting, and that is not freedom. That is not freedom to me. That's not freedom. We live in America, but is that really freedom? Showing gory pictures of dead people? No.
Well, yeah,
not freedom.
I mean, especially little boys.
You know when it's appropriate to do that? In trial.
Yep.
Jurors should see that stuff. We have no right to see that stuff. It's obscene to me. And when is our morality as a people gonna step in and stop this crazy stuff that is happening in this country? It's crazy, really is. I don't want to get political.
It's depressing. I think it's just depressing. It's a little depressing.
It's sad, and it really makes me fear what my grandchildren are going to go through, because I think people are evolving. They're not evolving into goodness. They're evolving into badness. And a lot of it has to do with being keyboard tough guys and tough girls. And we are not paying attention to our children being able to communicate one-on-one with one another. They can sit behind a keyboard or a phone and text or send messages to people and hurt them without any consequence.
Yep.
Zero consequence. And this lady is a prime example of being raised wrong, because she's got no morality.
Yep.
She's got no filter. She doesn't care.
Yeah.
She's a 100% narcissist.
It just shows the entire lack of judgment. It's just the lack of judgment.
To sit there and put herself on a soapbox and start accusing everyone else and blaming everyone else of her decision is straight up a narcissist.
I agree. Robin says real quick before we pop this and end it, says, me and my friends will pass out the petition when you get it going. We're going to work on it. We're going to work on it.
For sure.
Right. And I mean, we don't have enough people in here to make a huge difference, but I think collectively as a community, we should all, I mean, I'll put it on mine when it's up. Now it's not going to be up probably till early next month, but
sure,
we'll get this ball rolling. It doesn't have to happen tomorrow.
No,
right.
You know,
I mean, put a time on it of when we need to get our goal.
This is a good conversation to start. This is a start.
Mhm.
This is a
Yeah.
start. So let's start now. All right, peeps. Everybody in here, if you are subscribed to any of those channels, you need to unsubscribe. Let your voice be heard. And I just want to put this out before I end the stream. You are not, and we are not condoning any type of threatening. We don't, if you're going to do something, I'm just going to mute. Yeah, I'm going to mute. If you're going to do something, do it respectfully, protest in a respectful way, let your voice be heard. And the way that you can do that is not watch their videos, not subscribe to their channels, and show them how you feel in that way. Let's do it respectfully. We do not condone any harassment on this channel. Any harassment on this channel. So with that being said, I want to thank Detective John for jumping on this evening. Tanya, Titanium Built, for jumping on this evening. If you haven't already and you're in this chat here, make sure to go over and subscribe to both their channels. If my mods can drop their links in the chat, please, let's get their channels up. Let's get Titanium Built up to that 10,000 subscriber mark. And then let's get this channel to that 10,000 subscriber mark. And then let's get Detective John's channel to that 10,000 subscriber mark. I am not done talking about this. Believe me, you will hear more of me about this situation. All right, folks, you all be
Brian,
good.
One thing.
Yeah,
Can I say one thing?
Sure, brother.
Some people are hitting on the fact that I mentioned Wiccan. I'm not saying that it is Wiccan. I'm just saying it's of, it's not for me. I'm a Christian. I'm going to say I'm a Christian. I don't believe in spirit boxes. Okay. It's like I don't believe in Wiccan. That's what I said. So don't take my words out of context, people. I'm not attacking the Wiccan community. I'm just saying what I believe in. And that's for anyone to say that I condone a spirit box and accuse me of supporting that. I will defend myself because I absolutely 100% did not, will not, never will.
Sure.
Thank you.
I'm not religious. People can do whatever they want with their particular type of religion. It doesn't bother me.
Yeah,
those things don't affect me. So if whatever religion you believe in, absolutely, I fully support it. If you believe in God, I fully support that. Do what you think is best for yourself.
And I feel the same way, for the record.
Yeah,
I don't
it
care.
doesn't make you a bad person either way if you don't believe or you do believe or whatever God you believe. The biggest thing is we're all human beings. We're all here on this planet together, and we all got to do this together. We can't do it alone. We can't do it alone. And we can all be better people for stopping crap like this on the internet. So again, let your voices be heard. I am not done talking about this. I will talk about this again. I want to see what the reaction is in the next 24 hours. And then we'll probably do another follow-up stream to see what's going on out there. So I appreciate everybody joining the chat tonight. If the first time over here, please make sure to subscribe, smash that like button. If you're on the replay, make sure to go down there and hit hashtag replay in the comments. This is another episode. Episode 28 is in the books. I love all you gentlemen and ladies. I cannot do this channel without you. This is amazing stuff that this evening that we could pull over 200 people on this live tonight on this particular subject. I will see you all soon. Be good. Keep clicking on my videos. Keep hitting that like. Keep interaction. Leaving your comments. That's the best thing I can say to keep getting this channel out there. All right, guys. I'll see y'all soon. I'm going to hit the outro. Peace.